fan of the show, and I'm sorry if I butcher your name, Adelia, and we had a clip called Mo Salah One Season Wonder, clickbait, but you clicked, so thank you very much. And
all blame directed towards Ryan for that one.
And Adelia added that, let's not forget that last season he was dragging, him being Mo Salah, his team at times when Liverpool was suffering from injuries. I cannot name another player being so consistent since he joined the club. Everyone has had his own ups and downs. And I asked then, agreed, right? I think we both talked about how Mo Salah was very much a pillar of this Liverpool side. But it begs the question, though, should he have won the Premier League Player of the Month over CR7? Obviously, Gary Lineker tweeted out that it was a no-brainer that Mo Salah should have won, even though CR7 picked it up. Adelia agrees Salah was the best player last month. I want to know your thoughts, because even though we're not starting with the Yaz quote, it still feels a bit Yaz-centric.
I mean, it's crazy that Salah didn't win Player of the Month, right? Is this stuff fan-voted? Is this what it is? Does Yazid have 7,000 burner accounts on PremierLeague.com? His sock puppets just voting for Ronaldo over and over and over again. That's the only explanation I can think of. Salah, Player of the Month, no brainer.
Because if you look at it, both scored 3 goals across that month, just Premier League. But you look at the quality of opposition City played against, Liverpool played against compared to Manchester United. And also Ronaldo got 2 of those 3 goals in the one game against Newcastle. Salah scored across all 3, plus laying on an assist in that game against Crystal Palace. What more does the man have to do to get an award over the, some would claim the GOAT?
I don't know. Maybe get more Twitter followers so he can redirect them towards the website to vote. I'm assuming this was fan voted. Otherwise, I can't come up with a convincing explanation.
I actually can't see. Yeah, it just says Premier League's Player of the Month, and it doesn't say how it's.
I mean, no one really cares about these little awards. It's the end of the season when you get to the Football Writers Award and the Players Voted Award at the end of the season, where you really get a good bit of debate. I think, these players, they get so many Player of the Month awards, like they don't have the shelf space to store them. They probably just throw them out. Like, Ronaldo must have so many La Liga Player of the Month awards by this point that... Actually, no, he probably has an entire room with them all on display, let's be honest.
He has his own museum.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's where that award's going.
It's not a high stakes kind of situation. It's not like a Ballon d'Or conversation we're having here. But yes, Mo Salah definitely should have won. His just overall performance level was so much higher, and his team was doing so much better. The quality of opposition was considerably higher. I just don't see why he wouldn't be number one this month and possibly this season, honestly, based on form.
And so here's the tough question, because you thought, this is an easy segment. I'm just going to have to argue that Mo Salah's better. Numbers and quality of opposition apply. But if you were to argue that Ronaldo was deserving of the Player of the Month, how would you put that argument forward?
TV ratings, shirt sales, maybe. Number of head shakes when he knows the camera's on him after something bad happens to United in the game. Hands on hips.
This goes on for you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's hitting a lot of the stats. So to be honest, maybe I have to flip my opinion around entirely.
And look, something else that's been grabbing headlines everywhere, and we don't want people to think that this is like every time we start the show is we're just hating on Ronaldo. It was just something that Gary Lineker tweeted, so it wasn't me just going, how do we talk about Ronaldo again? I want that to be very clear. I just thought it was an interesting thought experiment, which you upset a few people. I'm sure we'll hear about it.
You just like to stir the pot, don't you?
I'm not stirring the pot.
And then you just let me lay it on thick and then cop the abuse. It's a good strategy.
Look, if we were Sky Sports, I'm that nameless guy in the middle, just asking questions.
You're the Dave Jones of this podcast.
That's right, 100%.